up to 1985. Now practicing at the current hospital, previously a lecturer at the University of Nairobi.
Thank you. You have a document titled Affidavit,
Your Honor, I do.
sworn on 28 April 2026, consisting of 12 numbered paragraphs. Do you recognize this document?
Your Honor, I do, and I do have it.
Whose affidavit is it?
This affidavit, Your Honor, is mine, Dr. Dan Gachagua.
Whose deponent's signature is on page 3 or 5 of that affidavit?
That signature, Your Honor, is mine, Dr. Dan Gachagua.
Do you wish to adopt the contents therein as your evidence in this matter?
Your Honor, I do.
Please tell the court whether you are acquainted with any party before these proceedings in a professional capacity.
I believe by the party you mean the respondents. Yes, I'm acquainted with my patient, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, whom I have taken care of. From my records, Your Honor, my hospital records that I do have with me, I have been a doctor to the said Honorable Rigathi Gachagua since, if I could, 5:10 p.m. on the 10th of July, 2006.
Okay. When and under what circumstances did you meet the first petitioner, if at all, during the period in issue and relevant to these proceedings?
I believe for the purpose of this issue, you are referring to his hospitalization at the current hospital, which again, from my records, handwritten notes, happened at 3:25 p.m. on the 17th of October, 2024, Your Honor.
And what happened when you met him? What happened next?
Your Honor, the reason for his coming to hospital, he called to say he's on the way with chest pain, and we received him and acted accordingly.
From your experience and expertise as a cardiologist, what significance do such symptoms have?
Your Honor, you know, chest pain has two categorizations. There's chest pain that can occur if you are going to have a heart attack, medical terms called myocardial infarction. That, when you say you have chest pain in that category, we look at the possibilities of that being real as what we call the risk factors. And here's a man at his age.
Madam, my lords, my lady, with a very kind permission. With a very kind permission. I have listened to where the evidence, my lord, is headed, and in my very humble view, we appear to be expanding the scope of the petition and the affidavit that is before you, Lordship. Madam, it is important that we stick to what is in the affidavit for purposes of, that is why we are here today. If we attempt to then expand it beyond what we agree, then we'll be prejudiced. We'll have to fight further affidavits, etc., etc., to be able to respond to the questions that are being raised. We must, I submit, stick to that.
You have filed an affidavit in this person?
We have, on behalf of the Senate.
My Lord,
yes.
If I may respond, I would refer the court to paragraph 5 of the affidavit. Basically, the questions are formulated based on what the witness deponed to. Unless they specifically state exactly what is new, my Lord, we request that you do allow the witness to proceed with his testimony.
Laying a precedent does not presume introducing new issues by way of evidence issue. It doesn't mean you then introduce new technical issues that we need to deal with. We would have to respond.
I think the way forward is, Ms. Waigua, you will you'll refer the witness to particular paragraphs of the affidavit.
You do have the affidavit with you?
I do have it, Your Honor, in front of me.
Okay. Please clarify what you meant under paragraph 5 of your affidavit?
Your Honor, paragraph 5 asks, based on my professional expertise, what do these symptoms mean? That, your Lordship, is what I understood. My answer to that is that, based on my experience, those type of symptoms, depending on the probability of disease, which depends on your risk factors, would imply that you could be having a heart attack. That is my simple answer.
And based on paragraph 6 of your affidavit, what role or steps did you take with respect to the first petitioner having been presented before you?
Your Honor, if a man of that age and risk factors presents, there are standard protocols that we follow in medicine to evaluate that person. In this particular person, I must admit, there was additional risk factors of stress. And stress has got its own problems of affecting the heart in a condition that we call the Takotsubo syndrome.
I refer you to paragraph 7 of your affidavit. Please clarify what you meant in that affidavit on paragraph 7.
Again, Your Honor, in medical practice, and it is standard that can be confirmed from all parts of the globe, if somebody presents with chest pain in hospital and has necessary risk factors, you are then hospitalized for evaluation to see the extent and the dangers at which this poses.
What examinations did you conduct?
The examinations, again, Your Honor, are standard. Apart from the physical examination, taking a proper history of the circumstances, then you proceed with specific tests, which includes what we call a tracing of the heartbeat, for purpose of this court, called an ECG, an ultrasound of the heart, for this purpose of layman's terms, an image of the heart, and blood tests to check for any heart muscle damage, which again, Your Honor, is all standard.
Madam, very kindly, as my Lord did direct, could we be pointed to specific parts of both the affidavit and the attachments that then align with what the good doctor is saying? My concern is one, my Lord. By seeking clarification, we are then proceeding or extending beyond what is contained in this document. It then leaves us in a very precarious position.
I think that the doctor is here to give us expert evidence, and we must give him the room to give that evidence.
Yes. Can we clarify, my Lord, beyond that contained in the affidavit?
We note this.
Yes. My Lord, if I may assist the court.
Yes.
The issue being raised is we have a written affidavit, which is sworn testimony. Ordinarily, that would be the evidence in chief. The second issue is that it is right that where a thing has been reduced to a document, in this case, the affidavit, and the annexures thereto, you cannot, under the guise of examination in chief, purport to add to subtract from, to contradict, or vary. Even if this witness were to spend 2 days here, it's just a waste of your time. Section 99 to 101 of the Evidence Act says that evidence is inadmissible.
I think
this make a very brief reply. The rule of objections, as I know them, is that you object to something, objection irrelevant, objection something. There's no specific objection. You're being told that the objections, without a proper basis, we kindly request you to order that the examination in chief proceeds and concludes very shortly. Then my learned friends would have their time time to impeach and to do anything lawful with the witness on the stand. Thank you, my lord.
Ms. Waliwa, you will proceed with the latitude that those paragraphs in the affidavit gives you. And I think we must understand that we have an expert witness. There's a reason why we call him an expert. He has come to tell us something we may not know. Therefore, within that latitude, please proceed.
Thank you, my lord. So what you are referring to was in paragraph 6 of the affidavit?
Your Honor, exactly. That's the point. And the things I've mentioned are in that affidavit, the ECG, for the sort of electrocardiogram, the echo, and the blood tests. I've not gone outside that context. Your Honor.
Thank you. Please refer to paragraph 4 of your affidavit and annexure marked DKG 3. Annexure marked DKG 3. Can you explain the timings reflected in those documents?
Your Honor, is that point number 8?
Paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 of the affidavit,
Yes.
which talks on when you approximately met the first petitioner.
All right, I've seen it now.
DKG.
Thank you. Yeah, Your Honor, as I mentioned earlier, that was on the day of admission, which we just clarified just now from my handwritten notes of the hospital notes, which was on the 17th of October 2024 at 3:05 p.m.
No, my lord, now the witness is confirming why you are hearing objections. The witness is referring to his handwritten notes, which are not attached to the affidavit.
My apologies, Your Honor. I'll not refer them again.
Okay, please refer to paragraph 4 of your affidavit
Yes.
and annexure DKG 3.
Yes. Yeah.
That annexure is titled discharge summary.
I think you should have somebody to assist the doctor.
Yes.
So that we know exactly what point we are on at.
Yes.
Please not be this one then.
And there are timings mentioned in paragraph 4 of your affidavit.
Yep.
And there are timings indicated in the discharge summary. Could you explain those timings?
This date. The date of admission, the date of discharge, would that be the issue? Your Honor, this is the day of discharge, the day of admission is the time that the patient was admitted to hospital. As I mentioned earlier, it's written here as 4:18 p.m. I would qualify that, Your Honor, that we must understand what admission date and time.
No, my lord, that's exactly what the law says the witness can't do.
Yes, that one can't do.
I can't explain.
You can,
No, Your Honor,
what you should try to avoid
yeah,
is any interpretation
Of
of the
the
document outside the document.
no problem. Admission time 4:18 p.m., 17th October 2024. Discharge 20th November 2024, 1:06 p.m.
Okay, under paragraph 4, there is a timing of 3 p.m. What transpired at that time?
3 p.m. is the time of admission that the patient arrived in the hospital and was duly attended to.
Just a clarification. 3 p.m. and there is the 4:18.
That's what I was going to, and I was stopped from saying, Your Honor.
Please clarify those.
If I'm allowed.
What happened at 3 p.m.? What happened at 4:18
Exactly, Your Honor. That's the
My
point.
lord, we still retain the objection. It is in black and white in the Evidence Act. If it is in the document, no amount of oral evidence from this witness can be admitted for purposes of adding, subtracting from, clarifying, or all these things is now purporting to.
Your Honor.
Let me rephrase that, Your Honor, and because the times you've read them out, when did you see the patient? the patient?
3:25.
As per paragraph 4 of your affidavit.
Yeah,
What time did you see the patient?
approximately 3 p.m.
Okay. What time was the patient admitted to hospital?
At that time that I talked about,
Which was?
3 p.m. But on the paper here, and you must allow me to clarify because you have to understand why that date is there, why that time is there. That's why we are here, to explain to you the discrepancy between 3 and 4. Your Honor, if you allow me, I have an answer to that.
Just answer what she asked you, what the council asked you.
Yeah. Answer. Proceed.
The discrepancy is because as one comes to hospital, that is not admission. Admission is when the technical details are entered in the admission papers after all other factors have been taken have been taken of the discharge summary, typing, printing on the computer is done by either the medical officer or the registrar or the intern. In this one, it was done by Dr. Sarita. But the consultant overreads what has been seen there and signs that is correct. So it was prepared by Sarita, by signed by me, Dr. Daniel Konya.
Okay, thank you very much. Still on page 4 of 4 of DKG3 annexure, which is the discharge summary. What did you mean by the follow-up, that ongoing review, on ongoing review? Follow-up.
I believe in medical terms, what we mean by follow-up when you are discharged from hospital is that although you have been treated, there are issues that need to be followed up. How are you faring? We actually, at the current hospital, actually call patients at home and ask them, you were discharged last week, madam, how are you faring? But in more than that, we give you an appointment to come back, just to make sure what we did was correct and you are feeling better, and if anything needs to be done, and then most of the time, you actually need almost a lifetime follow-up.
Okay. Is the annexure marked DKG3 to your affidavit true and accurate copy of the original discharge summary?
Your Honor, it is.
I'll go to the last bit. During the period the first petitioner was under your care, what communication, if any, did you receive regarding his condition from anyone?
Well, Your Honor, there are always follow-up calls from relatives, parents, and friends. And in this particular case, Your Honor, I must be honest enough to specify that I did receive a call from our president asking about the status of the patient, and it responded accordingly.
What did you communicate in response to that inquiry?
Well, the first time, Your Honor, I just said that we are in the process of doing various tests, and as soon as we have a conclusion, we shall let it known.
Okay.
But if Your Honor, you must allow me to say this, that when I said that, I had to seek clearance from the patient that it was okay so to do, which he gave me permission.
Okay, very well. On my second last question, please refer to paragraph 10 of your affidavit. Paragraph 10 of your affidavit. And annexure DKG4.
Yes, Your Honor.
And tell this honorable court the relevance, if any, of the annexures in relation to your testimony.
You know, Your Honor, during this hospitalization, this hospitalization for reasons that happened that time became a public issue, and there were public notices in newspapers and television services covering the issue.
Okay. Lastly, please refer to paragraph 11 of your affidavit, and in summary, what you'd like this honorable court to understand regarding the first petitioner's admission and treatment.
Your Honor, I have only one statement to make, and that the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua was admitted to hospital on the date so specified and discharged on the date so specified and treated according to the statutory medical practices.
Thank you very much. That is all, my lord.
Thank you.
Good morning, Dr.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Movomi. I think we know each other.
Lovely. Nice to
Yes.
meet you in these circumstances.
I will ask you a few questions
I'll be
on
pleased to
behalf
answer.
of the respondents
Thank you, sir.
and the second interested party, who is the party I represent in this case. For the record, please confirm that your affidavit is dated 28th of April, the year 2026.
That is correct, Your Honor.
You will agree with me, sir. This affidavit has been made 1.5 years after the events described in it. Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
It's correct. Was this affidavit placed before the Senate?
I wouldn't be aware because it didn't exist that time. This request has come now.
The request has come now.
Yes.
You don't believe, sir, it is bizarre that a request of this nature in a case of this nature will be made 1.5 years down the line? Would you agree with me? That's bizarre. It's not natural.
Sir, I don't know the proceedings in court for those issues.
Fair enough. This affidavit has attached some medical records, Exhibit 3. Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
That exhibit, was it placed before the Senate?
I wouldn't be aware, sir.
You are not aware. But you will confirm whichever date we take from the multiple dates on it, these are again events that this document was available about 1.5 years ago by the date given this of 17th October, isn't it?
I mean, that is summary. What this is? It's just yes, that's.
You have to agree this document was available.
Yes.
You also have to agree that with due diligence, this document would have been placed before this honorable court about 1.5 years ago. True or not?
No opinion, sir. I don't know.
No opinion. Fair enough.
Yes.
You have now attempted to explain a discrepancy between paragraph 3 of paragraph 4 of your affidavit. It talks of 3 p.m.
That's correct.
But exhibit 3 at the top right talks of 4:18 p.m.
About an hour difference, yes, sir.
You agree that's a discrepancy on its face. On its face, without more looking at it, is there or is there no discrepancy?
None whatsoever, sir.
Are you saying 4:18 p.m. is the same time as 3 p.m.?
There are different times for different.
They are different times. Therefore, you agree with me, sir.
But could the witness be given the opportunity to complete answers to his questions without being cut short?
Dr. Gikonyo, is it your testimony that the time 3 p.m. given at paragraph 4 of your affidavit is the same time given as 4:18 p.m. in the medical record?
They are different
Good.
occurrences.
They are different times.
Occurrences.